Hi, I'm David from the F&B Railroad, and this is my YouTube channel showing the progress I am doing on my N-scale layout. And this episode is going to be episode 38, at which point I build a winter scene off of a scene that's already been built. I make a winter scene out of it that is removable. And the reason I'm doing this is when my wife gave me permission to expand my layout and take over this bedroom, she said that she wanted a Christmas tree. So I've been going to the train shows and looking around trying to get ideas of how I can build an N-scale Christmas tree. And I came across Darwin's fiber optic system. And I thought the system was good. What they showed me seemed like it would work. So I bought the system and I bought some fiber optic. And, well, best thing to do is to show you what I did. So I was at a show and I saw these guys, Darwin, with his lamplighter and fiber optics. And they showed me how to cut into the fiber optics to make lights. So I bought a kit, and the kit comes with the power pack and then the unit itself. So that's what supplies the light to all the fiber optics. And of course it came with paperwork. And then I also bought 2 packages of each of the fiber optics. This is 0.07 millimeter, 0.75 millimeters, sorry. And I also got 0.5 millimeter. And that's what I used. I used the 0.5 to make the trees. So here what you see is me working on the lights themselves. You can see I got the light emitter hooked up and a fiber optic put in, and I went out and bought these Xeron. While I was at the same show, I bought these Xeron shears. They're very sharp. And as you can see, it just takes a little gentle touch into the outside of the fiber optic to get the light to come out of the fiber optic at that point. And as you can see, I've done a lot of these nicks already in the fiber optic. I got to go down the whole length of the tree. I also found that you can nick it on 2 sides and then rotate it and nick it on the other 2 sides to get better light out of it. And the only thing is you got to be very careful as you do this, because if you cut too far, you cut it off and you got to start all over again. And I wrecked 2 or 3 pieces doing that. So as you can see here, I'm just going through and nicking them up. Now I got them all nicked up. And that's what it's looking like right now. All clear lights. If you wanted clear lights, that would be it. Clear lights. But I don't. So from there, I went to colored lights. And I bought a package of multicolored Sharpies. And I picked out 5 colors I liked. And all I got to do is take the Sharpie and just color each dot. So here I'm using orange. I'm coloring the first one. And then I'll count down 5 because I picked 5 colors. And at the 5th one, I color around that slot. And the Sharpie pigment just gets right inside the cuts and makes it a colored light. And that's what you'll see I'll do. Speed it up so I'm not wasting a lot of time here. And I just go through my multiple colors. So we got orange and we got blue. And then we got yellow. And now on with a red. All Christmas colors. Or at least I thought they were Christmas colors. I might be wrong. I don't know. And then the last one is a light green. And then after I colored all those, now you can see each one has its own color and you're starting to get colored lights. So now to make the strand a little more opaque in between the colored lights, I should say, I took a dark green and colored the outside of the fiber optic in between the cuts. This also camouflaged it a little bit in the tree, made it look more like Christmas lights, you know, the green with the colored lights on it. And that's what I did, is colored in between each light carefully, not to cover up the light coming out of the fiber optic. So once I got to the end of the strand, I colored in underneath the last light, and then I went and colored a long section. Now this section is going to run from the bottom of the tree and into the ground to make it look like they've strung the lights from the top of the tree straight down to the stakes on the ground. And there you have it, colored, there you have it, colored lights shining through. So now here we have my tree, which is attached to its base and got grass underneath it and part of the driveway. And I put a bunch of holes around it, and I'm feeding the fiber optic. I fed the fiber optic through the hole, and now I'm trying to turn it and get it situated to line up on the tree. You can see there's already some other lights on there. Oops, there goes the star. We'll just pick that up, put it back on later. So once I figured out where I wanted it, got it into position, kind of sure where I wanted it to go. Yeah, that looks pretty good. I went and got some CA and put some CA on the tree. And once I had enough CA on the tree and I was ready, I went and lined up the lights into the CA and held it into position and let it dry. And once it was dry enough that I could let go of it, I let go of it. So here's the tree with all the lights lit up and the star on top. And next I put ornaments on the tree. And what I did for the ornaments, as you can see from this angle, you can see the little holes in them. All they are is glass beads. So I was at Hobby Lobby and I bought some silver and gold glass beads. And then I got some red and green and blue. And I took these glass beads and put a little bit of each into a cup. And then I take one out. As you see here, there's a blue one. Tiny little suckers. Grab them with the tweezers. Get them positioned the way I wanted it. Slippery little devil. Come on. Put some CA on it. And then I'd take the tree, find a spot I'd want it on there, and place it. And CA would grab, hold it in place, and that was it. So I just kept repeating that until I had ornaments all the way around the tree. And this is what it looks like with all these ornaments. A lot of glass balls on the tree. Kind of looks nice during the day. So this is how I've been doing my snow. I take a piece of paper towel, I fit it into place where I want it to go, and then I cut it a little bit and fit it some more and cut it and fit it until I'm happy. And once I got it cut up enough to take the shape that I want it to take, as you can see here, still trying to make it fit and fit right, but I think I got it. I think I'm good. Maybe a little bit more cutting. But yeah, once that's done, I will put it in position. Or actually, no, I'm still fitting it here. So yeah, I learned this basically from Boomer when he did his tissue paper tarps and stuff for his lifeboats on his barge and tarp on his car. But yeah, once I had it all fit to where I liked it, I put down a piece of cellophane, and then I got out my Mod Podge and I covered it with Mod Podge. And it's not easy to cover it with Mod Podge. It wants to move all over the place, but I got it going, and I had to thumbtack it down in a couple of spots because it kept moving around. But once I got it pretty much to stay still and got a lot of Mod Podge on it so it didn't move around, I was able to finish Mod Podging it. Now you can see I took my tweezers and shaped it there a little bit so it would shape and form its shape. And the nice thing about Mod Podge is once it dries clear, and it dries fairly hard, so it holds its shape. So that's what I had to do, was put the Mod Podge all on it, hold it down in position, and let it dry. So basically I did that, and what I used, some paint bottles to hold the top there. And then once it's dry, I'll show you. I'll go on to another piece. So this piece is dry, and this goes over the rock by the house, and right there is where I want to paint some colors so you can see some of the rock coming through the snow. So some underlying areas. So I went and got a bottle of gray paint, I believe it was some Apple Barrel paint. Yep, dark blue gray. And I used that and painted in some color. Now this piece has been Mod Podge, so it's holding its shape, and I've actually put a coat of snow on it, but it wasn't good enough for me, so now I'm going back in, and I did paint it with a lighter color, a lighter gray in this area, but it didn't stand out against the white snow, so I went with this darker gray. And now that that's on there, I'm going to come out with the Mod Podge again. And I'm going to paint on some Mod Podge around the paint, build up the layer of snow, because it just wasn't enough for me. It didn't seem right. It seemed like it needed some more. So once I got enough Mod Podge on here, I pulled up my tray with my snow powder in it. And this is a JTT snow powder. And I do it in the tray so that I can save the powder. Keep pouring it back in the bag out of the tray. Just got to have a fairly clean tray, otherwise you're going to pick up whatever dirt you have. So, but yeah, then I just sprinkle it on top of the Mod Podge and shake it off, and there you go. You got a snow-covered rock. So the reason for all this snow is office manager where I work gave me these people for the snowball fight. So that snowball fight area, I made a cardboard template like you see here. This one's for the pond, and I got some JTT still water. It's plastic sheet, and there's 2 sheets in this package, and I just put the template over what I wanted and cut it out, and it gave me a sheet. Now that one's for the pond, as I said, so that's going to also look at like ice as well as snow once I paint it. And all I did was take this folk art and paint the underside of it, and that made my snow for that area. That way there I could glue the people to the top side of it without any paint or anything in the way. So this is the main scene I was looking for, was a nighttime scene with the Christmas tree, the wife's Christmas tree. So here it is with all its lights and its star at the top and the snow around it out onto the pond with the ice. Makes a nice little quiet scene, and the nice thing about this is I can remove it all and go back to my fall time scene. So here's a shot of the tree in the daylight and the house. And you see the snow and the ice back there on the pond. And we still got those kids out here having that snowball fight. But yeah, that's what it looks like with the snow in this one small little area that I'm doing. Well, that's it. You saw what I did. I got the tree made. I got it all decorated. I got lights on it. It's working well. And you've seen the scene too, how I built out my snow and everything, my snow, my ice. And that all came about due to the snowball fight people that I was given as a gift at Christmas time. So I really appreciate you all watching my videos and giving me a thumbs up and leaving comments. It makes me feel good, and I'm glad that some people are enjoying it. If you do see it and you find it, give me a thumbs up, subscribe. You know, share it with your friends, leave me a comment, that would be good. And, oh yeah, if you're going to be at the Amherst show in Massachusetts, I'll be there both days, and I'll see you there. And as I always say, keep on modeling.